welcome to TechChecker. Today I'm going to be showing you this 2+ 50/50 LED strip, RGB LED strip lights with a remote control. So let's have a look. So we get the LEDs in this silver packets. Not sure why they do them in that. Maybe it's for some sort of protection. Got a power brick, a plug with a 10 amp fuse in it. It says there. Doesn't look like it's a UK standard plug. This has got a fuse bearing. I'd probably recommend changing the plug and using your own type if you've got one with a kettle end on, because that doesn't look like you can even change the fuse on it. We've got the controller box. The remote control, if I can get it out. There we go, remote control and a manual. So let's unpack all this and see what we got. So we've got the power brick, which says it is 12 volt 5 amp. Input voltage it's got all these safety things in there. Got CE rather. It's made in China. That's that part of it. So look at the LEDs themselves. Okay, so they come on this reel, which is handy, and it also, oh, it smells nice. Comes with 3M tape. I'm assuming that's 3M, and they've just cut the 3 part off of it. It's really nice and sticky. Just make sure whatever you stick this to is nice and clean before you stick it to. And you can also buy other 3M tapes, which I've used in the past to secure LED strips. They look like they're nice LEDs anyway. And obviously if you need to cut them shorter, you cut along these lines. You can also cut and use adapters for right angles or to add parts on, etc. So that's that. Okay, let's see. So this part here goes into here. There's an arrow on there. Just see it, an arrow there. And then on here there's an arrow here. So you make sure that you've got the arrows lined up. Push it into the hole. This then plugs into there, which can be secured by screws or some double-sided sticky tape onto the underneath of your desk or whatever. And also, because these are covered in silicone, these are okay for damp places. You could even theoretically use them outside. Most people are going to get these for the kitchens or for interior lighting rather than exterior, but you can use these as exterior, but I wouldn't myself. I think they'd be good for under your desk or in your front room. There's some feature lights. Plug this in. Doesn't feel very safe when it goes in there. There's a lot of wiggle room there, so I would definitely recommend changing this plug socket. I'll plug it in just to show you, but when I connect it up, I'm definitely going to be using a different plug than this one what they've come supplied. I'm not very keen on that, so if I cut out in a minute, you know why. Right, it works, which is a good sign. So let's get the controller out. Nice bright LEDs, I'll give you that, really bright. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this battery cover off. Let's turn these lights off so we can get a better view of it. Okay. So we got red, green, blue and white, and obviously the white is basically a mixture of all of the colours joined together. On the camera it's going to look probably white, but it's actually more of a light bluey tinge to it, which is nice, but it's not white. You can't get white from red, green and blue, but you can get a very light white, which blue, which this is. So what else we got? So we've got DIY modes, you've got jump modes. You have to make sure that there's the receiver, you have to make sure that you can see that. So that's the jump, you can speed it up. That's just jumping between the three colours. And you've got another jump button. Got a fade button. It's quite nice. Another fade. Flash, which I'm not going to do for too long. And then you've got auto. Slow that down, which I think is quite nice. Good look at the LEDs there. And obviously you'd have these mounted underneath your desk or wherever, or out the way. You can bend them around as well. So yeah, nice lights. I like the blue, I think, best. You can make them dimmer as well. Wow. Turn them off, turn them on. So yeah, they're nice set of LED lights. All I would say is, if you are going to get these, I would definitely consider getting a different plug socket. If you've got a kettle style plug laying around, I'd use that. Let me just unplug this again, if I can get it out. I definitely wouldn't recommend using this plug socket. I don't think it's up to standards. There's no kite mark on it or anything. It does look a bit moody, and as I say, it's a bit of a loose fit there, which is a bit of a letdown. The rest of it's nice, but I mean, you can see how much movement there is in there. That's pushed in solid, but there's a lot of movement there. They've used some cheap nasty plug. So that's the only thing what lets it down. Apart from that, the rest of it spot on. Really happy with them. As I say, if you're going to stick these onto underneath of an area or back of a monitor or TV, make sure that the area is completely clean from grease and dust before you even try and stick these down. It might even be worth you looking at buying some 3M tape also, just as an extra bit of stickiness. Or you can actually buy some clips what clip over the top of these. Let me measure it so you've got an idea of how wide they are. So these are 1 centimetre wide. So anyway, hopefully this video has been of some help to you.